So let me do a little short video on what those annoying pop-ups are all about that are happening on your computer. The idea is to remind you to change the patient's ReCare type from Prophy, which is the default, to Perio maintenance when you do a root planing. So the little pop-up is just to remind you to do that. Let me show you how to do that. So here's Donald's appointment coming in today, and you can see we have one quadrant of root planing. Also, this little pop-up is triggered if you have 1 to 3 scheduled. And what's going to happen is when we set this appointment to complete, or the procedure to complete, but because the procedure is attached to the appointment, when I set the appointment complete, I get this little pop-up. Change ReCare type to Perio. Okay, what's that all about? Now, by the way, this pop-up will not appear forever in this patient's account. This will go away all by itself after 10 minutes. So it's just to remind you now, but not to clutter up your pop-ups forever. So I say okay. Now how do I change that recall type? I go up here to Family Module on the upper left. So here I am in Donald's account, and I want to go up here to the recall section. I can double click anywhere up here, and now it opens a little window with Donald's recall information. So it's when they're in red, it means that he's overdue for those things. So he's got a variety of different recall timers working in here. We're really only concerned about this one. So Donald had root planing today, but he's in there as a Prophy recall. So what we want to do is change it. We go right down to this button down here. And when I click on that, you'll notice he's in there for a 6-month recall, and that's when he would be due. But when I click on that, it changed him to a 4-month interval. So it also changed his due date, all automatically. So from now on, Donald is going to be scheduled for Perio and every 4 months instead of Prophy's every 6 months. Now, patients can graduate, by the way. You can change them back. Say, gee, this patient's doing great. They don't really need Perio maintenance anymore. I'm going to change them back to Prophy. Okay. However, most of the time, once they are set to Perio maintenance, you want to go ahead and make sure, once they have root planing, you want to make sure that you click that. Okay. Now, there's several reasons for this, and I'm going to show you that in another video. But the primary reason is when you go to schedule Donald for future appointments, it will do that all automatically. So that's what that pop-up is for, okay? To make sure that you remember to go into the Family Module, to click on this guy up here. It may already be set to Perio, in which case you're done and you just say close. But if it's set to Prophy, you want to click Set Perio and then close. That's it. That's what that little pop-up means.